pageant, as the scheme will benefit all and sundry.
Are you an agent of change? Well, the Changemaker Show is a show that intends to showcase how young people are creating change in their lives, in their communities, and that of the country. Of course, you will agree with me that there are a lot of issues that really are hindering the development of young people. So this show will try to see how young people can be better molded to serve as agents of positive change.
This is a reality TV show that intends to bring survivors to talk about their life story.
It's 8 o'clock in Banjul. Good evening and welcome to the news on GRTS. In the headlines tonight, Vice President Njai Sedi and top security officials wrap up their nationwide tour of security installations and facilities with a visit to the State Guards Clinic in Banjul. The youth of Kiang West constituency embark on a charm offensive to deliver the area's National Assembly seat to the ruling alliance for patriotic reorientation and construction. Thousands of families uprooted by the drought-ravaging Somalia and other parts of the Horn of Africa seek refuge in the bombed-out capital Mogadishu. And France announces the withdrawal of French troops from Chad after an intervention that spanned more than 2 decades. These stories and more coming ahead in the news. I am Aisha Dabo. We thank you for joining us. Michael Zagenhagen, General Manager of a company called EWG, has sent a congratulatory message to His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh. The text reads, I wish to congratulate you on your 46th birthday anniversary and compliment you on the work you are doing to transform the Gambia into a modern city-state, which cannot be done in the absence of a good energy supply system. Your Excellency, we wish to extend our profound gratitude to you and to the people of the Gambia. It concludes. A senior electrician superintendent at the Office of the President, Messiah Oli Kante, has also sent a message of gratitude to Professor Jammeh. The message states, may I use this privilege to first of all thank you for not turning your back on me when I needed you the most. You have been of immense help to me in my studies and life in general. This, Your Excellency, is more or less the realization of my dream, and once again I remain grateful for the support. I cannot find the right adjective to describe how challenging I find it to reciprocate every opportunity given. Your Excellency, I have and I will therefore continue to live up to your expectations, Mr. President. I pray for Allah's continued guidance in your drive to make the Gambia the envy of her neighbors. May Allah guide and protect you from every evil. It ends. The Vice President and the head of the various security organs that make up the national apparatus Tuesday visited the headquarters of the Gambia Revenue Authority before proceeding to the Joint Defense Headquarters and the old police lines. We hope to bring you that story in our 10 p.m. news bulletin. Well, that high-powered tour party visited the Dented Security Post, Hamza Barracks and the State Guards Clinic in Banjul. The tour, which took Madam Njai Sedi and entourage to all regions of the country, availed the National Security Council the opportunity to discuss issues bordering on the duties of state security agents and their welfare. We have more in this report by Isit Mane.
The excursion, we took the delegation to the Denton Beach Security Post, saw the Vice President inspecting the guard of honor mounted for her by the men and women under arms. After taking the delegation on a conducted tour of the facility, one aspect of the vicinity stood out prominently. This building is being constructed by a businesswoman who has taken it upon herself to erect a better edifice for the security personnel at the post. A highly impressed Madam Jai Seidi described the gesture as magnanimous. The man in charge of the project described it as their way of contributing to the socio-economic development of the country, thereby complementing government efforts. He called on associations and institutions to come forward and assist security officials in view of the crucial role they play in the maintenance of peace and national security. At Denton Bridge, Madam Jai Seidi also handed over the keys of a vehicle by Gambia Police Force to the security at the post. The vehicle is procured for the ease of their mobility. From Denton Bridge, the delegation proceeded to the Hamza Barracks where they were received by the wives of the soldiers. There, Madam Jai Seidi and delegation held a meeting with the women, during which Brigadier General Alaji Martin hailed the Commander-in-Chief for his relentless efforts in promoting the welfare of the officers. He pledged their unflinching support to the government and people of the Gambia. Brigadier General Sol Baji thanked the Vice President for her loyalty to President Jammeh and for emulating and complementing his development objectives. He called on all servicemen and women to be dedicated to duty and be diligent. The President of the Women Group, Mariama Sonko, reiterated their resolve to rally behind the Commander-in-Chief, whom she said has the interests of the people at heart. She cited the numerous transformations that have taken place in their lives since President Jammeh assumed the reins of government. Sonko commended the Vice President and delegation for their interest in the betterment of their welfare. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense, urged the women living at the quarters to judiciously take care of the general well-being of the place and also be united in all their endeavors. The Vice President and Chairperson of the National Security Council commended the women for their steadfastness in helping their husbands achieve their aims and objectives and faithfully serve their country. She called on all to be unified and work hand in hand for the development of the country. Madam Jai Seidi urged the women to rally behind President Jammeh to take the country to higher heights. The last port of call was the State Guards Clinic, where Dr. Jai Seidi inspected the premises under rehabilitation. For GRTS News, I am Aissatou Mane.
Well, you can follow that story and other news reports as well as other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. 17 nurses drawn from the country's 5 provincial regions have been receiving basic training on audiology and hearing assessment procedures at the Royal Victoria Teaching Hospital. The training program, funded by Sound Seekers UK, forms part of efforts to build a critical mass of nurses with the requisite skills and knowledge to assist children with hearing impairment. Babakar Kamara has more on that.
Basic audiology graduating class of 17 nurses drawn from across rural Gambia, following the initiation of the HAC project by Sound Seekers International.
This project started in 2007 in the Gambia, and it was by way of Sound Seekers, which is an NGO registered and based in the UK that assists children with hearing impairment globally. So Gambia happens to be one of the 7 in Africa that is
training practice skill to help patients.
Apologize for that poor quality in that report. The youth of Kiang West are making moves to loosen the seemingly tight grip the opposition has on the constituency's National Assembly seat. Members of the body called Kiang West Youth Development Association recently embarked on what the association's officials refer to as a political sensitization campaign to change the ruling party's fortunes in the Kiang West constituency. Mohamed Jamal Sisi attended one of the group's rallies in Kiang Tankular, and this is his report.
Also particularly distinct for their opposition sympathy, among them Tankular, a settlement situated on the bank of the River Gambia. This village is targeted by the pro-government campaigners who are fighting tooth and nail to turn the political table on the opposition in its strongest hold. It may appear to be a hard battle to fight for the APRC campaigners, but superficially, with the mass defection of former opposition loyalists, one may brace up for a scooping victory for the ruling party in the area. This observation is made by speakers there like Philly Drame, the alcalde of the village, a youth leader Fabakari Drame, Bala Kamara, Jonkong Dari, Jankin Jai and Bamusa Kambi. Menat Jai, the first